Now, how to name the IUPAC name the complex? The following criteria should be applied. First, you have to name the cation and then the anion. So, always name the cation first and then anion. For that, you have to identify the complex, whether the complex is a cation or complex is an anion. Now, look at the first case. In the first case, complex is cation. In the second case, the complex is anion. Are you sure about that? How these complex cation and anion will change the name in the course of the time, we will learn that. And then find the oxidation state of the metal atom and represent that in Roman numerical like 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, sure about that? I think you have learned that. That is also known as Stokes rule. In your class 11th in redox chapter, we have learned that. After that, you have to name the ligands in alphabetic orders. If a ligand happening 2 times before its name, di should be written. If the ligand is presenting 3 times, tri should be written. If the ligand is present 4 times, tetra, for 5 times penta, for 6 times hexa, like that you have to write. And if the ligand's name already contains di, tri words, then like ethane 1,2-diamine, the word already contained diamine. For that kind of ligands, for 2 times you will write the word bis, for 3 times you will write the word tris, for 4 times you will write the tetrakis, like that. So all these things you have to be very much taken care. Now we will see that how the various ligands should be named, and then after that we will practice some IUPAC naming. Now let us suppose in the first case you have the formula methyl isocyanide, like that. CH3, it is CH3CN. Now the lone pair is given by nitrogen. So when the lone pair is given by nitrogen, you will write its common name is methyl isocyanide. IUPAC name is methyl isocyanide also. Okay, you get the right. So look at that. Triphenyl phosphine. This is PH3P. PPH3. What is that? This is called as what? This is called as triphenyl phosphine. Called it triphenyl phosphine. Okay. Then you have C5H5N. This is called as pyridine. It is called as pyridine. NH3. Its name is ammonia, but as a ligand, its name is amine. AMMINE. Remember that? You have to use the word double M here. This is methylamine. So write the methylamine. For water, you will use the word aqua, not okay. Aqua is not used. Aqua is used. For CO, you will use carbonyl. For CS, you will use thiocarbonyl. For NO, you will use nitrosyl. For F negative, you use either fluoro or fluorido. Both are acceptable. I am repeating once more. For F negative, either you use what? Either you use fluoro or fluorido. Both are acceptable. Similarly, for Cl negative, you may use chloro or chlorido. Both are acceptable. For Br negative, bromo or bromido. For iodo or iodido. So both are acceptable. You know that or not? For Cn negative, you will write cyanido or cyanido C, isocyanide or cyanido N. So depending upon what are you using. Better to use cyanido and isocyanado. Are you getting that in your mind? So that's how you will name the various ligands. So memorize that. So cyanide already given to you. Cyanido, this is isocyanado. This is what? SCN negative. This is thiocyanato. Thiocyanato. This is NCS. This is what? Isothiocyanato. It is isothiocyanato. It is isothiocyanato. OCN, cyanato O. This is isocyanato. This is isocyanato. Isocyanato. OH negative. It is hydroxo or hydroxido. Hydroxido. In place of O, you can use IDO. NO negative. It is nitrito or nitrito N or nitrito O. If bonding through nitrogen, it is nitrito N. If bonding through oxygen, it is nitrito O. NO3 negative, it is nitrato. NH2 negative, amido. NH2 negative, imido. Look at the spelling. N3 negative, that is nitrido. N3 negative, it is azido. H negative, hydrido. O2 negative, oxido. Remember that, O2 negative, oxido. Sure about that? So this is quite confusing. N3 negative is nitrido. N3 minus 1 is azido. Okay, azide, that is the anion name. Similarly, for NH2 negative, imido, I already told you. N3 negative, nitrido. N3 negative, azido. H negative, hydrido. O2 negative, oxido. O2 2 negative, remember that is one atom containing 2 negative. This is molecular containing 2 negative. This is peroxido. This is superoxido. This is acetato. This is sulfato. SO2O3 negative. This is very, very popular name. Many complexes it is formed. So S2O3 2 negative. Thiosulfato. Remember that. SO3 negative, SO4 negative. It is sulfato, it is sulfito. PHI, PHA. That is the only difference. HSO3 negative, hydrogen sulfito. S2 negative, it is sulfido, popularly known as sulfido. HS negative, it is popularly known as mercapto. NOS, it is thionitrito. What is that? Thionitrito. NO plus, that is very, very important in many complexes. You will later on in the chapter you will heard about charge transfer complexes where NO becomes NO plus. If the NO become NO plus, it is called as nitrosonium or nitrosylium. Nitrosylium is more appropriate name. NO2 plus, nitronium. What is that called as? Nitronium. Now these are very, very important words. These are various important bidentate ligands. Bidentate ligand means monodentate means the ligand monodentate. The ligand what? Monodentate means what? Monodentate means which will give only electron through one atom. Bidentate means the ligand which will give electron through two atoms, like En is there. 2 nitrogen can give you 1, 2. these two nitrogen can give you electrons, so they are called as bidentate. What they are called as? Bidentate. Its name is ethylene diamine. Abbreviation is En. Abbreviation is what? En. Are you getting that? Similarly, there is 1,3 propane diamine. This is 1,3 propane diamine. Okay, now this is called as Tn. Okay, similarly you have Pn. It is 1,2 propane diamine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You're getting that or not? So these are very, very important point. I am repeating once more. This is, so these are two lone pair which can be lost. So it is a bidentate ligand, ethane 1,2-diamine, or it is called ethylene diamine. Similarly, tridentate ligand. You can see that here. This is one NH2 group. This is second NH2 group. This is third N group. Are you getting that in your mind? I am repeating once more to you. Please see that group here. NH2, one group. Second NH group. And then you have third NH2 group. So 3 nitrogen will give electrons. If 3 nitrogen will give you electron, it is tridentate ligand. It is what? Tridentate ligand. Its popularly is diene. Popular name is diene. So it is what? It is diethylene triamine. So it is tridentate. It is tridentate ligand. Then you have a tetradentate, in which 4 groups can give you lone pair. 4 groups can give you lone pair. Remember that it is diene. Diene is diethylene diamine. It is a tridentate. Now next is the triene. What is triene? It is triethylene tetramine. How it is that? Let's look at that. So it is first NH2, then draw 2CH2, then draw 1 NH, then again draw 2 CH2, then again draw NH, and then again draw CH2, now again NH2. So this nitrogen, this and this. So there are 4 nitrogens. So there are 4 nitrogen which can give you electron. It is tetradentate. So this is tetradentate ligand. In this tetradentate ligand, 4 nitrogen can give you what? 4 nitrogen can give you lone pair. Its abbreviation is TREN. TREN. Sorry, triene. Its abbreviation is triene. Abbreviation is what? It is triene. You got that in your mind now? So bidentate, tridentate, and tetradentate all belongs to the same category. Similarly, you have other tetradentate also, or you will bidentate also, like you have. Look at that. Oxalato is also. These are 2 which can give you 2 oxygen which can give you electron. Similarly, if you have glycinito, this nitrogen and this oxygen, this is oxalato, this is glycinito. What they are both bidentate ligand. Glycinato contains -1 charge, oxalato contains -2 charge. So they are also bidentate. Through two different atoms, electrons can be given. Look at that one very, very important example, that is hexadentate, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, you first draw this compound. Okay, then you will draw these two acetate groups. So what you will observe here, you will observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what you have 6 position of electron donation. So it is what? It is hexadentate, and it is popularly known as what? It is popularly known as EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. I am repeating once more, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. This is very, very important. You have to know that. Okay, EDTA. It is known as what? EDTA. I am repeating, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, it is a hexadentate ligand but containing 4 negative charge. Are you getting that in your mind? Nice. Again, that is called as DMG, dimethyl glyoxymato, or DMG. That is also a bidentate ligand, and it is also a chelating ligand. It is also most of the bidentate, tridentate and other polydentate ligands, all of them are chelating, means they are able to form a cyclic closed ring around the central metal atom. So let's look at one. N3 negative is nitrido, Cn negative is chlorido, O2 2 negative peroxito, Br negative bromido. Okay, then you have perhydroxyido, cyanido, sulfidido, oxido, amidido, hydroxido. Then you have carbonato, oxalato, sulfato, nitrato, sulfito, acetato, nitrite or nitro. Similarly, in case of neutral ligand, water is aqua, NH3 is amine and CO is carbonyl. So all these names must be known to you. I am repeating once more, all these names must be known to you. These are all name of the ligand. I am repeating once more, water is aqua, NH3 is amine, double MINE, carbonyl CO, nitrosyl NO, thiocarbonyl CS, tetraphosphorus, dioxygen, octasulfurourea. These are neutral ligands. Then you have nitrosylium ion and hydrazonium ion. These are what? These two are positive ligands. Memorize that. This is very, very important. Okay, sure. I already told you regarding that. that peroxo, mono, di, tri are used to indicate number of one kind of ligand. Di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta. You can see that how many times. If the ligand itself contain the name di-tri, then for 2 times use bis, for 3 times. Okay, like I told you, if you have ligand like that, now what is the name of the ligand? The name of the ligand is ethane 1,2-diamine. If that ethane 1,2-diamine exists 2 times, what you will write? You will write bis ethane 1,2-diamine. If it's present 3 times, what you will write? You will write tris. Ethane 1,2-diamine. Easy or not? Here remember that NH3 is double M, but NH2 is single M. Remember that. NH3 will contain amine double M, but NH2 will contain amine in single M. Are you sure? Then next thing is very, very important. What is this? Oxidation state of the metal should be indicated by Roman numerical. So all these things must be known to you. Now the next point is very, very important. If the complex is an anion, then what can happen? If the complex ion is a cation, the metal is named as the element. So nothing to worry. If the complex ion is cation, the metal is named as element. For example, CO, cobalt is named as cobalt, platinum is named as platinum. But next point is very, very important. But if the complex is an anion, everyone should listen very carefully. But if the complex is an anion, the name of the metal end with the suffix ate. For example, now cobalt is not cobalt. Cobalt now will be cobaltate. Okay, E is replaced by ate. These are Latin words. Iron, it should be ferrate. Silver, argentate. Gold, aurate. Lead, plumbate. Tin, stannate. Nickel, nickelate. This is nickel. Nickelate. Are you getting that or not? So chromium will be chromate. Okay, sure about that. Now let's check the first case of IUPAC name. Now you identify here, but here complex is cation. Okay, so first you will name the complex, then you will name the anion. Okay, so let's look at that. First find out the oxidation state. But you find the oxidation state of metal. Cobalt oxidation state you have to find out. There are 6 molecules of ammonia and 3 ions of chlorine. Overall compound is neutral. A coordinate compound is overall always neutral. So in this case, what you will observe, cobalt you have to find out. So ammonia is neutral, so 0 is the charge. Chlorine carry charge of -1. So cobalt carry charge of 3. But that should be represented by a Roman numerical. So what is the oxidation state here? Answer is 3. So how many times ammonia is present? So you will write You will write what? You will write hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Don't write trichloride. Okay, if it is outside the coordination sphere, then whether it is present 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, you will write only once. If it is present inside the coordination sphere, then you will write di, tri, penta like that. If it is present outside, you will write only once. Okay, so the name is hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, sure. Now let's look at one other name. Here also you can see, first find the oxidation state. So it is like that, but ammonia carry charge of 0, so we'll write 0. Chlorine will carry charge -1, so the answer is +3. So amine is 4 times, so you will write tetraamine. Chlorine is 2 times, you will write dichlorido. Here chloride is outside, so it is right hand chloride. Look at this difference. One is chlorido, other is chloride. Cobalt oxidation number should be given by Roman. Are you getting that? Now look at that. It is overall a neutral compound is there. So first find its oxygen state. Nickel 4 water molecule and 2 bromide ion is given. So it is 0 for water because it is neutral, and bromide 1. So nickel comes out to be here +2. So shown by Roman +2. So it is tetra aqua dibromido nickel 2. Here also you can see cobalt here in +3 state. You can find out because chlorine is 2, so -1 into 2. Nitride is -1. Ammonia is 0, neutral ligand. So cobalt in +3 state. So it is, name is what? Triamine dichlorido nitrito N cobalt 3. Why it is so? Because it is a neutral overall, no counter ion is there. What is that? No counter ion is present here in this case. Now look at that. Iron six Cl3. So here iron resistance what? +3 state. So what you will write? You will write hexa aqua iron 3 chloride. So here also the complex is cation. But now let us suppose it is written like that. It is K4 Fe CN6. So here iron is in the anionic complex. It is the first case where the anionic complex is there. So first you find is what? Oxygen state of iron, that is +2 in this case. So it is potassium hexacyanido. Now cyanido, okay. Now it should not be written as iron, it should be written as ferrate. Why it is so? Because it is common. So answer is ferrate. Ferrate 2. Potassium hexacyanido ferrate 2. Why? Because it is an anionic complex, and I already told you, if the metal exists is anionic complex, its common name should end with ATA. Okay, look at that one more question. So it is potassium tetracyanido nickelate 2. Why it is so? Because here anion is the complex. If anion is the complex, then the metal name should be written as a common name ending with ATE, nickelate. Let us suppose one more example, K3 FeC2O4 thrice. Okay, clear? So here iron again exists in +3, because potassium is 3, iron you have to find out, and there are 3 oxalato, overall 0. Potassium has +1, iron you have to find out, oxalate got charge of -2, so overall iron is +3. So the name should be potassium trioxalato ferrate 3. Is that clear to you?